You're a monster!
Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this special bonus content for the Nutribullet Smart Touch Combo Blender. So Keith is actually going to go through a couple of recipes for the device, and we decided to spin that off as a separate video because we were already at 43 minutes for the long-term follow-up review. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and jump back to Keith's kitchen and let him walk through those recipes, and hopefully you get something out of that.
All right, recipe time. Let's start. I usually will start with a banana. I personally like the kind that are not fully ripe. Even if it's almost totally green, I will like that because they're not as sweet. But I like the banana because it thickens. I don't want my smoothies to be watery. That's kind of what I'm always worried about. So I'll build with a banana. Notice I'm only using a half of a banana because I have the smaller cup. Always I'll put greens in, and I just kind of grab whatever Jen bought from the store, which is usually either power greens, what it's called power greens on the box or on the carton, or in this case, baby spinach. And I'm already nervous that I'm overfilling the cup a little bit, but that. Next I will grab some sort of fruit that I get from the frozen aisle, and this changes a lot all the time, but I'm just doing peaches. I bought these because they are locally grown in Michigan, which I'm not gonna lie, that kind of caught my eye. Plus, I do like peaches, so it's not like I would avoid them just because it's peaches. And then I always like to throw in a little bit of vanilla bean. This is kind of expensive, but a little goes a long way. So I'm doing less than a ½ inch. And trust me, you will taste it. You will taste it, and it will taste awesome. Vanilla bean is sort of like the magic ingredient. And then the last thing I will do is not too many, but I'll grab some cashews. I'm not a huge fan of cashews because I think I saw a video about how they were farmed, what the crop actually looks like. Kind of grossed me out. But unsalted cashews are great in smoothies because it helps thicken it. And then another thing, this is just for taste, but I do like to buy aloe water specifically for smoothies. Now this does have sugar. Now aloe is awesome. I love aloe, just tastes good. But this will have cane sugar added, not a fake sweetener, but cane sugar. And it's still too sweet to do the whole thing with just this. But I'll put a little bit of it in. I've done less than half of this bottle, and then I'll fill the rest with just water. I find if I do the whole thing with aloe water, it's just too sweet. And frankly, when I see videos of recipes and people are dumping in apple juice, it just makes my skin crawl. I can't imagine something that sweet. It just sounds gross to me. So let's see what we got. Smoothie. Beep! I'm done, in case you didn't notice. Such a silly beep. Okay. And this is my smoothie. So all I do is immediately rinse off the blade assembly under some running water. Set it upside down so that it drip dries. And I throw my lid on. And specifically, the only flip top I can stand, which is this one. Enjoy! Oh, hell yeah. That's a good recipe. Oh, I forgot. Collagen powder. Normally I put collagen powder in here too. Damn it. Oh well. All right, next recipe is using the pitcher for the first time. I'm gonna make a soup, and this is actually the maiden voyage of this ever making soup. So because we never make soup, I don't have my own recipe, so I'm using a recipe from Tommy from Raw Blend. So I'm just gonna follow his recipe. It's a tomato soup. So I'm gonna make a couple modifications because in our house, we have a vegan amongst us. So I'm gonna make a couple little changes for that. So start with some cherry tomatoes, just like that. Next thing I'm gonna do is throw in some potatoes. In their recipe, they used more canned cherry tomatoes. In my case, I didn't find canned cherry tomatoes, so I just grabbed some canned tomatoes that I thought would be cool. I'll tell you what I really wanted was Rotel, R-O-T-E-L. And the reason I wanted it, it's just a weird reason, is because that family is originally from Elkhorn, Nebraska, which is cool. But I looked at the Rotel stuff at the grocery market. They always have other stuff. They don't sell just the tomatoes. It's always with something. So now I'm just using, I'm not going to use this whole can, but I'm just going to plop in some Marzano, San Marzano style. Now, I have to say, it's a little like if you're really Italian, buying the super San Marzano is the good stuff. So maybe it's a little crazy that I'm throwing those in because to blend them in a blender, I mean, you're going to be chopping up the seeds, and that's a little bit weird to buy an expensive tomato just to chop up all the seeds. You know, whatever. Next thing I'm going to do is put in a teaspoon of tomato paste. And by the way, life-changing moment. Not just this brand, we also buy the Cento brand. Let me use the top. But the fact that you can get tomato paste in a toothpaste style tube, that is life-changing. Oh my God. We used to buy those little cans when Jen and I were first married, but you can never get all of the tomato sauce out of the corners of those cans. I mean, gosh, well, this is a lot easier. I'm eyeballing that to be about a teaspoon. I think I overdid it, but I also think it won't matter. Okay, so tomatoes, canned tomatoes, a little bit of paste. Next thing I'm going to put is a handful of cashews. Now in my other smoothie, I was very careful to use raw cashews. These are salted, roasted salted cashews. Again, this is to thicken it up, but I think salted is fine because this is soup, so a salt won't be weird in this. What else do I want to do? A half a cup of cream. Now, in the original recipe, he used coconut cream. I'm using a coconut cream and almond milk mixture. I don't know why I'm shaking it up ahead of time because it's all going to get shook up. What does it call for? A half a cup. I'm going to eyeball it. Let's call that a half a cup. All right, so then I got the cashews, I got the cream. I'm going to put a spring onion in there. I actually have one in the fridge. Maybe I could do two, but I'll just do one. Do a quick rinse ahead of time. All right. So here's my spring onion. Yeah. Isn't she pretty? Just going right in. Maybe I'll fold it so it fits in there. I'm gonna do a garlic clove. So where are my garlic cloves? All right, so now I'm doing the garlic cloves, and I'm not gonna peel it. I'm just gonna take it out of the bundle and throw it in. So skins and all. Veggie stock cube, vegetable bouillon cube. Let's peel this guy and get him in there. Boom. Next, some Italian herb mix. We are a fan of Penzeys. 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 So for this, half a teaspoon. I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling it. Next, a dash of red wine vinegar. Some pepper. Sea salt. Black pepper. Two cups of water. And then 1.5 of these medjool dates. 1.5. That will definitely add some sweetness, because these things are super sweet. These are not pitted. So I'm going to have to extract the pits myself. I'm just going to cut it in half with a knife and pull out the pit. There's one. These dates are so delicious, but they are so sweet. Everything's built. I think at this point, I don't even know what to do other than to make sure the lid is attached. There we go. Did I do it? Yes, I did it. And to just throw it on and turn on soup. Soups. It's happening. All right, maiden voyage complete. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it does look creamy. I do have some vegan sour cream that I might throw on top of that, but I can just imagine for myself a grilled cheese sandwich with this. And it's not hot, so I could have started it with hot water and it would have been fine in this vented pitcher, or just heat it up on the stove later. But this is good. Yeah, good. Highly recommend. We did it. Thanks for watching.
All right, well, I hope you found those recipes from Keith and the presentation entertaining, if not informational. Thanks for joining us today. Again, if you liked this content, please give the video a like. As well, if you didn't happen to catch the long-term review or even the initial impressions of the Nutribullet Smart Touch Combo Blender set, please follow the links in the description and go watch those videos. That would give you a little more context. But also, if you enjoyed this content and you browse through our catalog and you see there's some more videos that you might enjoy, it might make sense to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss when we do release some new content. So with that, for Keith and Bruce, you'll see us on the next episode of Dad's Talk Tech.